Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I hope you're staying warm out there. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Anyways, we're gonna be doing some Piplup drawing. We're gonna be working on this guy. I got a lot to do, or a lot to correct here. I can't seem to get a good oval drawing for the life of me. I may or may not fix his head. Anyways, let's begin the drawing. So before I begin, what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see here. We're going to remove all the colors here, remove all this stuff here, and we're going to look around, look for some brushes here. So I'm not going to, I want to use a kind of like I don't know what kind of brush I want to use. I want to be kind of like a chalky brush. So before I begin, I'm going to go look around and see what kind of brushes I have available. Basically, it's like maybe use a like this brush right here. This might be something I want to use. So like zoom in here. That's like a charcoal. Maybe a pastel would be good. Because I was thinking about using some sort of like, I don't know. Let's see here. There's a chunky charcoal brush tool. So maybe a chunky. So maybe I might use a chunky charcoal for the line. I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure out what line I want to use for this character. I know I want it to be kind of like a dry chalk medium. I think that might be fun to kind of play around with. We have, it might be that chunky or the pastel. I think I'm going to go with the pastel, because if I use the pastel, it's going to be like this. You know, I think we're going to use the pastel brush. Excuse me. I want to use a pastel brush. So that's what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a pastel brush for this starting now. And what I want to do is just kind of tone down the drawing, and we're going to go ahead and use a pastel brush here. I don't know what kind of size I want to use. Kind of play around here and see where it takes me. All right, so go back down to opacity and let's try this. Oh yeah, this will be fun. So I'm going to use a pastel brush, and I just need to practice it for a second. So the reason why I'm playing around with these brushes is I want to kind of get acquainted with them. And what better way to get acquainted with them, so like zoom out here, than to actually use them, you know? And so that's why I'm on this one, on this character. I thought he or she, whatever, feels like it needs to be like more like a playful cartoon appearance, you know? So that's why I'm using a pastel approach here. So I feel like it's going to need more of a like more chalk, more like a you ever see like those children's books, you know, and how they draw some of their characters. I was thinking that maybe this is what how are you doing today, by the way? I hope you're doing well. Just working on my Piplup here. I'm going over it with what's it called? Let's see here. If you can see it right here, it's the Ultimate Pastel, Kyle's Ultimate Pastel brush. And yeah, let's see how that looks. I just want to go back. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. We're just going to see what happens. And yeah, so I thought that'd be kind of fun to do, is to do a kind of like this pastel approach here. Although I really don't know how to use the brush too well. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve on what's the good, like the best scale that you want to use, or the best like size that the brush works at, because sometimes brushes don't work too well when you go too small or too large, because they weren't made they weren't really designed to do that kind of they weren't designed to make certain effects at a certain scale, or at a certain scale. So if you go too small, it's not going to have that effect that you are looking for. If you're going too big, it might lose some of that appearance. I don't know, like that. So this is all very new to me, and I'm going to see how I can how I will fare. Let's see, something like that. My main problem with this brush is it feels so like, what would you call it? Like I don't know. Anyways, let's begin. Oh yeah, Vor Red. I'm getting spammed. Whatever. What's Vor Red mean? I think people are like sending out links on my chat, spamming my feed with a chat. I don't know what they're doing. Trying to mess up my there we go. That feels a little bit better there. Oh man, what a day. It's been a day. Yesterday I was feeling so off. I was feeling so awful. Like and I'm still like, I feel better, but I'm not at 100%. I feel like exactly how I should feel after, like, when you're starting to feel a little bit better, and you're still a little you're you're still running, like you're still, I don't know, like I'm just still coming, like it's as if you when you're coming off of like being ill, how you're like on the downward spiral or downward hill of the just being a little bit sick or a little bit under the weather, and you still feel you don't feel sick, but you still have like that residual. You don't feel sick, but you still have that like residual, like after like the after effects, I guess, you know, where you're still not 100%, but you're not ill anymore. But because you don't feel like you're at 100%, you still feel off. You still feel a little bit under the weather, even though you're not physically under the weather, but you have that residual like effect. This is going to take me a while to do. I have a problem. I'm notoriously slow at drawing. I really am. I'm like really slow at drawing. I think part of it is what's slowing me down is doing these live streams. I'm much faster when I'm not talking. Much faster when I'm not talking, because I can focus on the task at hand. If I'm drawing, it's kind of difficult, and that's a thing that you think you get better at, and I have to some extent. I don't think my eyes are that good, but I think we're just gonna go with it. So I have gotten a little bit better through time. Yeah, so we're just going to be using this like chalky brush. I really like this brush because I feel like when I start working on the colors, I really feel like there is going to be this. It's going to have a unique quality to it. I'm gonna try to pursue this character with I don't know, with this kind of like faux children's book coloring like approach where it's going to have kind of like a chalk, a like a sidewalk chalk approach or appearance. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different, something a little bit new, something I'm not really used to with this, with these drawings. Each one has their own interesting nuances to them. All right. And this is going to take some time. Let's see here. What is going on, man? I tell you what, I'm doing something today. I decided to do a little bit of juicing, not like steroid juicing, but like making fruit juices or like actual juice using a juicer. Um, you know, I've been on. You're under the weather when you're seeking some sort of like health foods, right? So like I just decided to make some grapefruit juice. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like super tardy. It's taken me about a couple hours just to drink it. For real, it's just taking me forever. I just can't chug it, I guess. I just don't want to chug it. I've tried to, but I really don't. No, yeah, so it's gonna be like this, right? I think it's gonna be something like that, where it's like this got this chalky look approach to it. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens when I draw this. It might not be the best thing. It might not be a good approach, to be honest with you. But I'll learn through this experience. I might not be making the lines thick enough, so that could be part of it. Like it's really hard to discern how thick I should make the lines when I have that gray tone in the background. But let me tell you, I've been juicing. I feel pretty good, but it's interesting, you know. Been kind of lazy. All right, there we go. And let's rotate it. Rotate. Zoom out. Oh no! No, stop. All kinds of screens are popping up out of nowhere. I don't even know how I access this. I don't even know how I access them. It's crazy. I'm like pressing escape, and all of a sudden, and I press escape, and I press a wrong button, and then it's like all these new like things, these windows start popping up that have never popped up before in my life, and they're like, guess what? We're going to do this. I'm like, no, don't do this. That's a terrible idea. Just kind of making some lines here. Zoom out a little bit. That's pretty good. It's not bad. I know that I was struggling with getting the head right. Um, so hopefully this will kind of fix it a little bit. Hopefully. I don't have much to say today. It's been a rather just boring day. Um, I was I'm lucky to get this done at this time. I just made it a point to kind of um, do the live stream now because I knew that if I didn't do it now, I'd have to do it midnight tonight, and I just couldn't do it. Uh, no one wants to do things late at night after working. It's just not fun. It's the worst thing ever. And I've been doing that forever. And I just told myself, you know what? I am not going to do that. I just can't. I can do it. It's just not very, it's not a good time. It like makes everything harder because uh, you don't, I can't really explain it other than you've already put in a full solid day and you're having to do an activity that you love doing. I love drawing. I don't love doing it late at night. It's just not, it just doesn't work for me, for me. So I love drawing. And then what it feels like to me is when I do those live streams so late at night, it really ruins it for me. It really makes the act of doing these things not enjoyable at all. You know, it really makes it makes it so I don't even want to do it anymore. So there we go. That his head is more of an ovalish form, and that's what I needed. You know, it really makes it so I don't want to do it anymore. And so I decided, you know what? Let's excuse me. Let's just do it. Let's do it now. Get it out of the way, and so forth. Get it out of the way, and that way you can be done with it. Um, so here I am working on it, and I'm much happier doing these at this time frame than at like midnight. It's not that I don't know. Maybe in a perfect world, I would really like doing the more late at night because I can be a night owl, but I can't do it if it's I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it if it's well, no, I can't do it if that's the thing that I have to that like the if that's the if that's not the only thing I have to do. So like half the time when I'm doing these live streams, if I do them late at night, I've already been up forever, you know, and I just don't want to do that so late throughout the game. It's just not enjoyable. It makes the drawing process less enjoyable for me. I don't really enjoy having to do a live stream at midnight when I will be getting up like hours later, or not hours later, but definitely, definitely, it definitely it kind of impedes on my sleep schedule. And so I don't like doing that. I don't like sacrificing my sleep just so that I can maintain my live streams, my live stream like quota or like my live stream that I've been trying to do through every day for the past year and a half. You know, I don't like it ruining my sleep, and it's been doing it for quite some time, and it's really starting to make me wonder, like, okay, should I keep doing this if it's going to be at the detriment of my sleep schedule? And I think to myself, you know what? Let's just keep doing it. Let's keep doing it because it's a net good. It only is going to make you better in the long run. You know. Let me tell you though, I got some good sleep. I got like really good sleep um, last night. I got like 11 hours sleep. That's how bad I was. I was so under the weather. Um, I was so under the weather. And I went to bed after my live stream and I just crashed. I just stayed. I said to myself, you know what? Let's just go to bed right after this. And so that's what I did. I went to bed and went to bed at like 8, woke up around close to 7. So I got like 8, like 11 hours of sleep, which is almost double the amount of sleep I get. Some days I'm getting like the most I'll get is 7. But man, I got 11 hours sleep. That was amazing. I was really happy about that. I felt good too. Like I think I think I talked about this in a little bit, but I think Americans are some of the most under like they get the they're like they're one of the few people, some of the like countries that gets they get like they're one of the countries that gets the least amount of sleep. You know, they get so little sleep, and it's not even funny. Like they really need to get more sleep. Americans need to get more sleep for reals. For realsies. What's going on here? Let's see here. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put this button. So something like right here. I think maybe right here. I don't know. I think I had it right the first time. But I got like 11 hours sleep, and that was nice. It was really nice to get 11 hours sleep because very it's very rare that I get one of the, like sleep like that. It's very very rare. Like I don't get sleep often, and it's yeah, I don't get enough sleep actually. I think a lot of us don't get enough sleep. And that's a problem. That's a very big problem. I'm having trouble where to I'm having trouble on where on deciding where I want to put his what would you call it, like his oval things. You know, some images have them lower on the belly, and then some images have them high, have the circles higher up. I don't know. I don't know where I want to put them. Um, so we're just going to kind of play around here, and I think maybe something like that right here. Somewhere right here, I guess, would be good. And then I think the reason why it's throwing me off is maybe one right here. So one right here, maybe. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm so lost right now. So I draw one right here, kind of get it right here. I'm really confused. I'm not confused. I'm just trying to decide where I want this guy's other white, like circular disc on his chest here. And yeah, I'm at a loss because it's at an angle. So I want to add an angle here. I think maybe this is what we're going to do. We're going to make one really nice circle here. We're going to make one really nice circle on this side here. Or nice, like, not perfect. And we'll copy and paste it. So that's one of the things I don't really think about doing when I'm doing these drawings is like, oh, you can literally just copy and paste, cut some of these shapes out and then copy and paste them, you know? So like this, let's take this guy and just edit and copy and then press and paste. And then you press V and you can move it accordingly. So something like that, right? You can, there you go. I think that would be fine, I guess, for now. We'll see. Just like copy and paste it and so forth. Then maybe press T and then like spin it around a different way so it's a little bit different. Or maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, I did that. And now we're going to go here and we're going to work on the arms. I told myself I wanted to make the arms more like what would you call it? More like V's, like that. I think that's a little bit more fun instead of having like the fatter flaps, the flat like those wider ones. I think having these are a little bit more interesting and they fit more along with the idea of the character, I think. I'm not sure. It just feels like that's what I should be doing with this character, is adding those type of hands, those type of fins, you know? So right here, something like that. I think that fits a little bit more. And as I get a little bit more used to this brush, I know that I'm going to be doing some more line quality. I know that I probably want to have right around here, thicker lines, probably around here, thicker, and so forth. I'm starting to do it now, but that's because I'm kind of getting accustomed to the brush. It took me a while to get used to the brush. They don't, no brush is equal to me. Like I have to kind of understand how the mark is made with that brush. I can't just jump into it. Other artists are able to do that. I'm just like, I'm just always in a state of confusion with these brushes sometimes because there's a little bit of learning curve. Each time you try a new brush, there is a learning curve, or at least to me. I've never really been like one to be like an expert right when I start using that brush. I always tend to kind of use it on the side of caution. So this is going to kind of look something like this, I guess. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, it's going to be something like that. I'm going to zoom in here. And we're going to make it into like more of a cartoony approach. So I'm going to be a little bit more loose. It's going to have this kind of like children's book charcoal, like pastelish looking like aesthetic. So I'm going to enjoy playing around with that for this character. And as you can see, it takes me 30 minutes. I am super slow. It took me 30 minutes to not even get the outline done. Oh my gosh, I am slow AF, man. I am super slow. I don't know if it's just me or yeah, I think it's me. It's definitely me. Because I know people that can just like really outline these things really quickly. Actually, I don't know any people. I've seen people. Knowing people is different. So let's see here. I'm done today. I got to get going. Let's see. It is day 343. And yeah, I learned a little bit. I think I'm gonna have a little bit more fun with this brush. I, as you can see near the end, that's when I started getting a little bit more used to the brush qualities, and that's what I'm gonna have to do for the next drawing session with this character is I'm going to have to either redraw some of these areas or touch up some of these lines a little bit. I can see myself doing that next time. But all in all, it was a good start. Not bad in my opinion. I still think that there's a lot to be learned from using this pastel brush. But anyways, I just hope you have a wonderful day. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. And I wish you a very wonderful evening. Cheers.